donuts. Our dough has risen to its full potential, guys, and I want you to see how beautiful it is. So let's go ahead on and take it out of the oven. I boosted mine by placing it in the warm oven, and it has doubled in size. So let's go ahead on and see what that looks like. Wow, it's beautiful, guys. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. See that? It has doubled in size. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get our cutting board, and we're going to punch a hole in that dough, get it flattened. We're going to flatten it out, and we're going to start cutting those donuts out. Okay? Let's just go ahead on and flatten this out. And all you're going to do is just punch a hole in that joker. Let the air out of it. There we go, just like that. All right. And then we're just going to go ahead and put a little bit of flour on this work. Stretch that dough out and start cutting our donuts out. Now, I do not have a donut cutter, so what I'm going to be using is just a little plastic container and a scooper. Okay? This is what I'll be using to cut my donuts out, and this is what I'll be using to cut the hole, the center out. Okay? We're going to get that dough on here, pop her on here like this here, flatten her out some more. Oh yeah, it's going to work just fine, guys. It's nice and warm. All right. Nice and warm. You can smell that yeast in there. It smells so good. Anybody like the smell of yeast? I love it. So we want our donuts to be about not too thick. So just, I can't even tell you how thick. Maybe 3/4 of an inch, and not too thick. Okay, so we flatten it out like this. Now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take, let me get something to put them in, because we're gonna need to put them in something for the time being. Okay, before we fry them. So I'm gonna just take this container right here, wipe this off. Give me a little container so we can place our donuts in there for the time being, okay? Now, we're doing that, but I'm gonna go ahead on and get my deep fryer plugged in, and I'm gonna start to heat up my grease for the frying so we can fry the donuts. And they don't take long to fry, okay? So let's get this done. So now once we cut the donuts out, let's go ahead on and get them cut it out like this. I'm just going to take this thing and press it down just like you would do a biscuit. Okay. See how it's spongy? That's what we need. So I need to do a little twisting. And then I'm going to come over. I don't know if you can see this. While it's still here, I'm going to go ahead on and press and twist. Okay? So we're going to... You need to be careful because at this point it's stretchy. So we have a nice little donut right here. Okay, guys? I'm going to go ahead on and put it. What I do with my stuff? See? Now I'm getting sleepy. I'm misplacing the things that I just took out. Alright? We're saving our donut holes, guys. We're going to fry them too. So we're going to put them right on the side. Okay? Let's work on the next one. Turn this like right here. It's okay if you stretch them out a little bit. It'll be okay. Now, if you had a donut cutter, they'd come out perfect. But since I don't have one, I'm going to make do with what I have, okay? So we're cutting these donuts out. Play with it a little bit. Kind of reshape it if it messes up. Now, oops, I messed this one up. But at this point, if you want to leave your donuts like this, just fully round, you can do that too. But I like the holes in mine. I just like the hole in mine. We're going to fry up those donut holes too, guys. So far we have 4 donuts. I'm going to try to get a dozen out of here. Gonna try to get a dozen. So that's a good one. You guys will be able to see. That one's gonna be a big one. There we go. Look at that, how pretty. So just lay that one on the side. Now for this, we are supposed to let this rise up again for another 45 minutes. Once we get them cut out, we need to let them rise for another 45 minutes. But I'm not going to do that because I'm watching them rise right now. So I think they'll be okay. Oh, see that, guys? The tiredness is kicking in now. I want to play big girl and stay up all night long. The tiredness is kicking in. It's okay. Oh, yeah. So we're just going to... And guys, if you don't have a donut cutter, don't look for your donuts to be perfect because they won't. They won't be perfect. But they're still going to be donuts. They're still going to be magnificent donuts. A sweet treat that you made yourself. I'll use the top of that as well. I have 6. So I said I was going to try to get 12, but I might be able to get more than 12 out of this. I may even just, I'm going to leave some of them fully round. Yeah, we're going to be able to get more than 12 because it's rising as I'm cutting them donuts out. Okay, so I got 1. I'm going to do 6 fully round ones. That's going to be a dozen. And we're going to fry those bad boys up. No, this one didn't work, so we're going to have to do this over. Okay? Like I said, we are not using a donut cutter, so you may have to just stretch this out like this again. See how it's actually rising? Like they're really rising. I may have to do some twisters with these. Let me just put this on the side. We're going to try to get 5 more from right here. And we're leaving those fully round. And we don't have to go through the trouble of trying to cut the little donut hole out. It's messing up the presentation, guys. So let's go ahead on and do it like this. I'm gonna go ahead on and reshape this dough. So we have 6 with the holes. Oh, I can get a whole bunch of donuts out of this. So let me just go ahead on and flatten this out again. Oh yeah.
and it's real spongy. That's a good sign. So it's like a biscuit. You don't want the donuts to be too thick because you want them to be light and fluffy. And I can see that these are going to be a little too thick. But that's okay. It will take longer to fry if they're too thick. And it's actually better if you do have the hole in it. Because then it'll cook evenly through with that middle part out. Yeah, it's getting stretchy. So right now we have 2, 4, 6, 8. I'm gonna go ahead on and get my grease hot so we can start frying the donuts so I can show you what it looks like. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead on and stretch this out. Flatten this out a little bit more because I don't want it that thick. There we go. Getting rid of the donut holes. We're gonna fry that too. As y'all can see, Miss Dee just wing it over here. It's gonna come out how it's gonna come out. As long as it's edible. As long as we can eat it, I'm good. I'll be okay. This really made a lot of donuts. And guess what? They're going to eat them all too. They're going to eat them all. Once I get them all cut out, I'm going to cover them up for a few minutes until that grease gets hot. All right. Got 3. Guys, that's a lot of donuts. That is a lot of donuts. If I make them all, they're going to eat them all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this little bit about ball of dough. I'm going to put it back in the grease bowl. And put it in the refrigerator. Okay? We'll take our little donut holes out and put them right here. 8. We have 9 little donut holes. Should I go for one more, guys? Should I go for one more? Miss D, go for one more. No odd numbers, Miss D. I could use this for pizza dough as well. Put it in the freezer and save it. Because that's actually a whole lot of dough right there still. All right. So now we have an even number. We have 10 little donut holes. Go ahead on and take the rest of that dough and put it in the freezer and use it for something else, or maybe more donuts later. I don't know how it's going to hold up for donuts, but I certainly can stretch it out and make a pizza crust with it. So I'm going to go ahead on and put it back in that bowl. Cover it up. It's inside. Okay, so this is what we're working with, guys. We have some donut holes. Let me go ahead and do it like this. We're going to put our donuts here. They're not all the same size, but that's okay. That's perfectly okay. They're all going to eat the same. So there we go. We have our little donuts. I'm waiting for this grease to get hot so we can pop them in the grease, guys. Okay. And they're rising. They're still rising. So each one is going to be different, unique. Everyone has their own little characters. So this is the donuts. We're just waiting for that grease to get hot. Let me see. I'm going to just go ahead on and put them back in a warm spot. For them to rise again. And then we can go ahead on and put them in the deep fry, guys. We're gonna fry these donuts up. The grease shouldn't take long. save all this stuff. Today I'm cooking okra and sausage, guys, so be on the lookout for another video. I'm going to do smothered neck bones with okra and sausage. I may go get some shrimps to put in there as well. But the grease is getting hot. Go ahead and put this right here. So we won't get this. We're just waiting for this to get hot, guys. All right. A few minutes. Just give it a few minutes, my little cooking bees, my little cook mates. How y'all doing out there? How y'all up with Miss Dee at this time of the morning? So nobody's up with you, Miss Dee. You're doing an unlisted video, girl. All right, guys. It's getting hot. It's getting there. It's getting there. Have a little patience. Patience is a virtue. Patience is most definitely a virtue. Indeed it is. Beautiful donuts, guys. Can't wait to eat them too. All right. See my little dog? Poor baby, she will not go to sleep until I go to sleep. Ain't that something? She is truly a tag-along dog. Very territorial. It's my little baby. Hey, Nutter. Hello, my little putter. Hello. Hello, little bud. How my baby doing? How my little putter doing? You sleepy, huh? Yeah. She's sleepy. But she will not go to sleep unless I'm going to sleep, guys. All right, let me see something. I'm going to try one of those donut holes to see if my grease is hot enough. Nah, it ain't hot enough yet. It ain't hot enough yet. Not yet. I should have just put some grease on the stove and did it on top of the stove. That's what I should have done instead of using the deep fryer. And they cook, once you drop them in that hot grease, they cook really fast. So you want to make sure that you flipping them over. So they don't overcook on one side. You want it to get brown on each side. Oh yeah, they're gonna be beautiful. They're gonna be beautiful, light and fluffy. Light and fluffy. I don't know if you can see that in that pot. We want them to get brown on each side. So yeah, I like to kind of like watch them because once they start turning brown, it gets brown really fast. So you just want to watch it. Yeah, they're going to be light and fluffy. Can y'all see that? I'm not sure if you guys could see that in the pot. I hope you can. See that? How it's light? That's what you want. You want your donuts to be airy on the inside. So since we know that one did fine, you see that? Look how beautiful. We're going to go ahead on and start dropping donuts in. Want to make sure they're cooked all the way through as well. So yeah, once they reach about this color, you want to pull them out. Okay? Look at this. Oops. Nope, I definitely don't want to burn them with this hot grease. But that's what they should be looking like, okay? So let's go ahead on and drop a few of the ones with the holes in it and see what happens. There we go. There we go. We're going to do 3 at a time. There we go. That's what I'm talking about right there. Can you guys see that? So we're going to let them get brown on each side. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Very good. What is that noise? What is that noise? So we're doing 3 at a time because we want to keep that grease temperature at the same temperature. Let's go ahead on and flip them over. And because I like the way these are coming out, I'm going to go ahead on and take my time to punch the hole out of the other donuts. That's what I'm going to do. And that is cooked. Look at that, how beautiful, guys. Indeed. So we're going to put them down, let them drain, and then we are going to put our frosting on them.
3 at a time. Now remember, guys, your donuts will be much more uniformed if you're using a donut cutter. But mine's are not because I'm not using a donut cutter. However, I think they're pretty cool because they all are different. Okay, they have their own uniqueness about them. Right. So let's go ahead on and flip these over. Nope, they're not ready yet. Go on back on the other side, my baby. Flip yourself back over. You need to get a little bit more browner than this. Okay? All right. Make sure they cook. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, Dana. You got to be more careful than this, girl. You're gonna burn yourself. Almost dropped the phone in the deep fryer. The bloops and the blunders, guys. That's what it is. Bloops and blunders. Okay? You got to see the bloops and the blunders in real time. Try to put it like this, because I definitely don't want to burn myself. No time soon. My little puts are so sleepy. My baby's sleepy. All right, this is done. Look at that, how pretty, guys. Miss Dee know what she doing here. I really do. I really do. Oh yeah, they look so pretty. Let me go ahead on and get my frosting ready. Krispy Kreme, who? It's no Krispy Kreme, baby. It's Miss Dee. Miss Dee's homemade donuts.
You ought to try it. You would be amazed at how good these things are if you do them at your own self. You know exactly what you're putting in your food. You know, there's nothing in it that you don't know what it is and you don't want in it because you fixed it. You did it yourself. That's the fun part about cooking, though. I'm telling you, it's really artwork, guys. That's how I look at cooking. So far we have one, two, we have 6 donuts already. I'm gonna go ahead on and start frosting, guys, so you guys can see what that looks like. Then we're gonna end this video because I have enough to work with, okay? So just go ahead on and take them and put them on my cutting board. And we're gonna start dipping them in that frosting. My grease is hot enough where I could flip now. All right, guys, so I'm gonna bring you right here. Put you on these donuts. Hopefully you can see we don't have any more bloops and blunders where this thing falls. So I can't see anything. But here we go. We'll go ahead on and whip this frosting up real good one more time. And we're gonna dip. We're gonna dip. Oh, y'all wanna dip or y'all wanna drizzle? However y'all wanna do it, my babies. I think we should just dip. Okay? So this is the frosting. We're gonna go ahead on and just take our donut and dip it in there. Okay? Put it down. Like I said, I like my frosting thick. So we're just dipping and dipping, my babies. Oh yeah. And they are hot. Oh, look at that glaze. Look at that glaze. Mommy, what are you doing? Don't you put nothing in your mouth. Don't you do that, my baby. Now you can actually dip the whole donut if you want to. Look at that glaze, guys. Oh yeah. Drizzle, drizzle, my nizzle. Oh, drizzle, drizzle, my nizzle. I tell you what, this is about the most countryest donuts I ever seen in my life. But you know what? Them country donuts gonna be good. So like they say over here in the South, now you know that's good. Shit. You know that's good. Ooh, those are hot because I just took them out the grease. That's how we're gonna do it. I'm dipping this one twice because that's the one I want right here. Look at that, guys. Homemade donuts. Homemade donuts, my babies. Yep. So now you guys know how to make donuts. Go ahead on and oh, and that nutmeg. That nutmeg is doing its thing in that frosting. If you want to learn how to make the donuts like I did, just revert back to the first video that I put out about the donuts. And of course, this is the second half. So we're going to end this video right here, guys. And I want to thank you guys for dropping by. As I say all the time, sharing your time with Miss Dee. You didn't have to do it, but you did. So I appreciate you for it. We're just going to drizzle my nizzle. We're going to drizzle. Okay? We're going to drizzle. All right. Ain't that beautiful? Just do it like you do it. Like you said, like I said, that's your kitchen. If you mess something up, ain't nobody gonna know. Cause this your shit. Oops, excuse me, I didn't mean to say it like that. It's your kitchen, it's your stuff. You mess up, you start all over again. Keep trying until you get it right. Let me go ahead on and break one of those donuts apart for you. Let's see. Oh, yes, baby. Oh my God. Look at it. Look at that. Look at that. Mm-mm. Y'all. I'm gonna get fat again. Krispy Kreme who? Miss Dee. Baby, you got to stop doing all of these things like this. Y'all. That don't make no sense. It really don't. Come see Gib. You want a donut? I might as well fry the rest. Like I hear my little grandchildren say, they bussing. They bussing. Mm. Krispy Kreme ain't got nothing on these donuts. Oh,
What's that flavor?
nutmeg. I didn't have any more vanilla, but man, that nutmeg is busting. Yo, Miss Dee be doing some stuff in here when I get bored, baby. I'm telling you, this kitchen turned into a lab. Oh my God. As though making y'all have to try this recipe. What use instead of using the vanilla extract in your frosting, put a little bit nutmeg in there. This is serious. This is serious. That's some serious donuts right there. All right, y'all. Got me licking my fingers. Y'all, I'm going to end this video right here so I can go get me. Well, I don't know. I'm going to have to go. It's already almost 4 o'clock in the morning, or it's 4 o'clock. I'm going to get me some milk so I can eat with my donuts. Oh, them donuts is good, y'all. Please try this recipe. You will not be disappointed. Okay? Follow the video. You guys know I don't do good with measurements, but if you follow the video, you're gonna get this result. Okay? Look at this. This don't make no sense. Krispy Kreme, who? No. There's no Krispy Kreme. It's Miss Dee's kitchen. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye-bye.